The Detroit Lions in 4.25 short years have gone from bottom feeders, basement dwellers, where we're the butt of everybody's jokes, to now true Super Bowl contenders. And that's all because of Sheila, Hemp, Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell, and the thing that they've built. And is that going to be the way that they built this team? Is it going to be enough to take us over the hump? We'll see. We're still waiting on that to happen. We shall see. One thing I will say, I will give credit where credit is due, that they have built this team off of what they believe in. And so far, it's working, getting up to this point. But the thing that I have for the fan base is, are you content with being the Buffalo Bills? Are you content with being the San Francisco 49ers? Now, there's no telling if, like, we're just beginning this arc, so we have yet to see. To me, we're not even on their level yet, but we can be. And the way that Brad and Dan have built this organization, or continue to build on it, is exactly trending in that direction. The Super Bowl windows open and close very quickly. Go ask the 49ers, who fell out of contention last year, but they're right back there. The LA Rams, ever since Matthew Stafford has been there, they won year one, had a down year two. Stafford was hurt, by the way. And since then, I think they're also in year five, have been in contention really every year. But the reason that I had to go through that whole prologue is because the Detroit Lions, as you can see from the banner below, they tried to get a cornerback named Michael Davis, but it's where he came from. All right. This is how, I'm starting to, I will never stop talking about it, right? But there's a level of acceptance that I'm starting to have. It's part of my job to talk about things. It's part of my job to, plus the fan, and I have to balance the fan in me, right? With what I do, which is very difficult. But one thing I will say is that the Lions, they built this team the way that they've built it. It's gotten us all the way to the NFC Championship game, and they continue to do the same thing. According to Mike Garafolo, all right, the Detroit Lions tried for a cornerback. Says Michael Davis is signing to the Saints active roster, but why? He agreed to sign with the team's practice squad, and then the Lions called to sign him. So up to the active roster, the veteran corner goes. So if you follow it here, the Saints signed him because the Lions wanted to sign him. So they wanted to sign him off of the practice squad, or he was heading to the practice squad, and the Lions wanted to sign him. So in order to retain him, they had to move him up. The Saints had to move him up to the 53. That's one of the things about the practice squad that protects teams or limits teams from trying to just poach and stuff like that. If you bring somebody from the practice squad, they can't go to your practice squad. You have to put them to your 53. So Michael, all right, if he was going to come from the Saints practice squad, he was going to wind up on the Lions 53. It says Michael Davis is signing to the Saints active roster. He agreed to sign with the team's practice squad, and then the Lions called to sign him. So the Lions, he would have immediately come to the active roster. But in order to keep that from happening, the Saints decide we're going to move him up to the active roster, which is one of the only ways that you can save a person being poached. You can protect that person up to 4 people or something like that. It gets complicated, or you can just elevate him to the 53. Like, he has to sign with the 53, not like a game day situation. But it's who this person was. So I'm starting to believe that the Lions, that they might not make any moves. You dig what I'm saying? So, we've been talking about guys like Tyreek Woolen. He's been coming up. Greg Newsome, he's been coming up a lot. But I'm like, the Lions might just be content. I don't want to accept it. I really don't. I don't want to accept that they're content with and I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it again because I told y'all, that video is actually going to come out later. I am going to make sure I mention pass rush every single video for the people in the back. Since you haven't been listening to my content for the last 3 years and you act like this is brand new, no, I'm not going to stop talking about it. Even though we are second in sacks. We still haven't won anything because of it as far as the big game. That's what I'm talking about. Is AQ going to be able to step up and get a sack when the Super Bowl is on the line, when we're up against Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes? So we're going to find out a lot about this team in the next. I could be singing a different tune in a month, but we'll see. So now that pass rush content is out the way, let's go back to this. Here is Michael Davis. This is what this is what the Lions do. And it's hard to argue with it when it's gotten us this far, but that's not enough for me. And I don't understand why y'all don't understand it. It's not enough for me. So, but if it gets us there, fine, and I'll apologize. But we have yet to see that. Michael Davis, undrafted. This is what we do. So why am I convinced that we're going to trade for a cornerback? What makes me think we're going to trade for a defensive end when we traded for a wide receiver in Donovan Peoples-Jones in a couple years ago? Like, Brad, this is not what we like. We don't do this stuff, right? So undrafted, 30 years old. He's 30 years old. Like, this is what we do, okay? I can't say that enough. Stats, been in the league a long time. 2017, played multiple years with the Chargers, and then spent last year with the Washington Commanders. Now, it looks like, I don't know if this guy is a special team. I tried to find his draft prospect profile. I could not find it. So in order to find out more about him, I would have to watch the tape. But he's been available the last couple years. And again, the Lions felt strong enough to sign him off somebody's practice squad, which would immediately put him to our 53. So Brad is but this is what is happening. We're going to exhaust these resources first. We did the same thing this time last year. Al-Quadin Muhammad, we signed him from the Colts. I think it was the Colts practice squad. That's what we're going to do. We're not going to trade for a defensive end. I'm going to talk about it, though. We're not going to trade. Well, we might trade for a cornerback. I know we ain't trade for no DE. We might trade for a cornerback. Tyreek Woolen, like I said, is still out there. And there's been a lot of talk, a lot of connection between him and the Detroit Lions, as far as a lot of talk in the media, a lot of connection through the media. And we might see it. We might see it. And seeing as how he's really not there, like fitting in Seattle right now, that's the perfect storm. And if it's like a 5th or 6th round pick, then we'll see. Because we still don't know how long Terrion or DJ is going to be out. But this is what we do. And I'm kind of accepting that. Like, again, I told y'all before, I don't enjoy crashing out. The fan part of me crashes out because I am not a talking head. I'm a dude that sits in the basement with his bobbleheads and his makeshift studio, and I talk about my team. And I just happen to get paid to do it. Well, I don't happen. I worked very hard to get where I am. So I'm a fan, okay, who goes to the games, who spends his own money, who drives his own car, right? 10 hours to go to Kansas City and idiotically drives with no sleep. That won't happen again, right? That's who I am. So this is what you're going to get from me. But I'm starting to accept in the sense of this is what we're going to do. It's what we're going to. So am I going to continue to crash out? Probably. I mean, like I said, man, I'll be 46 next month. 46. It seems like I'm 26, like I'm a filler, but I'll be 46 next month. And I genuinely do not want to have a heart attack. I don't want to, like, I'm about to be gray. My hair's turning gray. My beard's gray. My mustache is turning, like, I'm getting up there, right? I know some of y'all in the comments are like, 46, that's what are you talking? But I mean, I've been doing this for 4 years. We're about to have our 4th anniversary. And I'm like, this is what it's going to be. So it's like, okay, Derek, you're going to keep talking about it because you enjoy talking about it. But you also, I mean, there's a level of acceptance that I have to accept, right? I'm not going anywhere. The Lions aren't going to do anything that I'm saying, but I'm going to talk about it because I enjoy it. But I also am going to accept it. And I'm going to be here in the offseason to talk about it. I'm going to be here in the offseason to apologize if it doesn't work out. Or if it works out, I'm going to be in, I'm going to do what I do. But there's a level of acceptance. And this is right here, like, again, we're going to talk about this type of stuff because that's what we do. But the Lions tried to, like, this is how we built this team. This team is built on the mystery men. Like, real talk. Think about this. Our team is built on the mystery men. Jake Bates, Jared Goff, like castaways. And I don't know if you get the reference, the Mystery Men reference, 1999 movie with Ben Stiller, and it was about a bunch of ragtag wannabe superheroes, and they got thrown together. Nobody wanted them, and they got thrown. They wound up saving like the city, but they were thrown together and discarded. Nobody believed in them. That's what the Detroit Lions are. We're not the Avengers. We're the Mystery Man. Al-Quadin Muhammad, a 6th round pick, Ahmed Hassanin, castaway Jared Goff, Alexander Zaloni, right? Marcus Davenport. People that nobody really believed, castaways, Khalil Dorsey, Kendall Vildor at the time. Like, that's what, Jerry Jacobs, right? That's what we do. We do have some solid pieces that, we've got through the draft, but it's like turning lemons into lemonade or making nothing making something out of nothing. Like that's what we do, right? And it's got us this far. It's got us this far. My thing is, this far is cool. And I don't know about y'all, but this is the type of fan that I am. I'm like, yay, we went to the NFC Championship game. Yay, we won the NFC North. Yay, Hercules, Hercules, Hercules. I'm this, okay? Hercules. I'm ready for everything. Nothing satisfies me but that. Period. That's it. 30 years of being a Lions fan. 30 years of almost there, right? And this is the closest we've been since I was like an adolescent, a preteen. We're right there sniffing it. Right there. I'm not going to be satisfied until we get there. However, it's working so far to get us to a certain point. Will it be enough to take us out over the top? We're going to find out. And at that point, that's when Brad Holmes may get an apology. He might. All right. Again, I'm not going to apologize for anything. I am going to be a little bit of a dirtbag because being on the internet for a long time, for as long as I have, we're going on 8 or 9 years now. Of course I did that. Nobody asked me to do that. Okay. And I'm ridiculed. Okay. That's what happens. I can take it. But I'm also going to start to get back a little bit too. Right. I'm going to start to push back. I'm going to start to push back. And if I'm wrong, I'll apologize. And if I'm right, I'm going to let you know. But you already know that, don't you? So I feel like there's not a lot of creators that feel like I'm trying to make bonds with y'all, right? This ain't just about me sitting at this computer, making a video, putting ads in it. I am on the road. I am going to these games. I am spending my own money. I have a studio that I paid thousands of dollars for. That seriously, it's things in this thing you can't see. You can't see. So I am a talking fan. I'm not a talking head. All right. I feel like I've had to get this out because I see the comment section. I read the comments. I respond to the comments. For some reason, negative comments attract me. That's just how it is. All right. But I am a fan at the end of the day. But I've got to say that I have come to, you're still going to get the regular videos you get from me. You're still going to get the cash out, the crash out. Okay. You can cash me out if you want to, but you're still going to get those videos. But I'm 46 years old. I understand that the Lions, this is what they do. I understand that it's been working so far, but Hercules, I'm ready for everything. Nothing satisfies me, period. That's just where we are. The Super Bowl, that's it. Getting there, losing would be devastating. I would have to recover. All this stuff is great. The first championship game, yay, Hercules, NFC, Hercules. It was great, Hercules. Oh, it's time to go all the way. We've been waiting 90 years. We've been waiting 60 since the Super Bowl. These windows can close very quickly. And then we're going to be looking back at 2023, 2024, 2025, thinking about what shoulda, coulda, woulda been. So that's where I'm at. All right. That's where I'm always on 10. I'm always there. Maybe a lot of y'all are new. You might not know that. I am 10 all the time. I have one goal, Super Bowl. That's it. That's it. Everything else is fluff. Everything else is filler. It's like one of them animes that you watch. And it's an episode that nothing happen. It's action at the beginning, before, and the action the episode after. But that one episode about 5 minutes that takes 23 and nothing happens in it. All right. So again, I'm always trying to get y'all to understand me and understand that I am a fan who just happens to do YouTube. That's what I am. All right. With that being said, this channel is made possible by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you. It's because of your support I get to do what I do. You could be anywhere else on YouTube, but you choose to rock with me. All right. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions. I know that we go off sometimes, but I feel like that's what makes me me. I'm not just sitting here like the Lions are blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? I am a human. I am a fan. I'm not just getting paid to talk about the Lions. All right. Go Lions.